This is a Anything Goes podcast production.
Welcome back, you guys. All right. This is a quick sneak peek episode. Yeah, you heard me say it. Quick sneak peek. Let me tell you something. I know I normally get here and I get deep, I get emotional, and I run through things and I explain because this is the journey of a soul sister. So why not share your journey? And this year of 2022 is coming to an end. Can you believe that Sunday will be 2023, January 1st? What? Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. But at the same time, I am so humble, so blessed. And if the Most High grants me that to see Monday, you guys will have so much more. So right now, the reason why I'm dropping this episode is my end of the year wrap up. It's going to tell you from start to finish. It's going to be kind of quick, a little might be emotional, and some of it will be funny. But 2022 was a year, if you didn't realize your potential and you started your grinding so you can blossom in 2023, I don't know why you would sleep. You're going to go through some heartache and you're going to go through some pain, but the journey and the path that you take is always willing. So enough of that. I got my friends on live. Hi, y'all. I will be dropping their questions and things that they ask me during this time as I start going through the journey. So let me just rip the Band-Aid off real quick and let it get straight to it. Haven't seen the questions yet. I see people on there. I love y'all so much. But at the same time, let me get to you. Where do I start? So 2022, in the beginning of the year, I thought I was on cloud nine. Me and my business partner, we were doing it. You know, we're putting out the numbers. We're interviewing some of the greatest people. And at the same time, we were at odds at each other. We were going in two different directions, but still just trying to show up and put out content. So for you guys who didn't know that, I was struggling with an identity crisis within being a podcaster. Because there was ways that the show was going, I just wasn't with. But I finally realized, what can I do that will stand me from the difference? He felt as though I should have just been exclusive and only anything goes. And I felt as though I don't put myself in boxes. I can rep any brand I choose because I am my brand. I am me. I've been in a box for so long. Who the hell are you to tell me anything different? So as we were going through odds in 2022, this is my wrap up, everyone. He left me. He decided to say, you know what, legend, Inga Marie, whatever you want to be, because that's something he would say. Oh, I ain't parting with you no more. Did it hurt? Well, I've always been transparent with everyone. It cut like a knife. And not because it cut like a knife as far as him leaving, because I saw it coming. Or not even him leaving, seeing coming. Let me take that back. I saw the end of our situation coming. I just didn't know how it would end in 2022, right? So we was rocking 2019 to 2022. We were doing it. Hey, Heidi, baby. Ask me any questions. It's my end of the year wrap up. I will be dropping the video and shouting you out whoever asks the question. So it cut like a knife. I knew this person for a very long time and considered this person as a best friend. Did I ever think that they would badmouth me out here in these streets? I know y'all saw the episode. It dropped. And I'm going to keep it 100. I didn't watch it. I didn't have to because people was going to send me clips anyway. And when I first saw it, I was pissed. Yeah, pissed. Because the old me and how I carry shit, how I used to be, don't fucking play with me. But then I had to realize as you transition and you move on into life and you realize everybody got their own story. So if I was the villain in his story, let it be. But that ain't going to stop me. But it cut like a knife. I was hurt. Then I had to realize it was for the best because leading up to the departure of us doing our own things, it was like vinegar and water. What was it? Oil and water, vinegar and water, things that just don't mix. It just didn't. I will never be in a box. I will never only do what people want me to do anymore because now I have a voice. So call me a little bit too, how can I explain it? Call me a little too controversial. Call me a bitch. Say whatever you want. It's fine. Because at the end of the day, I will not allow myself to be boxed in. So that was that. I had to make peace. I really honestly decided was going to say, I'm not going to record anymore. Yeah, y'all heard me. With all that going on, I was like, I'm going to quit. I'm not even gonna record. F it. I got my book coming out. I cannot do this anymore. They were like, I had really good people in my corner. Shout out to Digital Empath Studios. Shout out to Juice, chilling with Jose. Oh my gosh, Savage, Ham. When I say people were hitting me up out of nowhere and they was like, you bet not quit. You bet not stop. You better keep going. I'm like, but anything goes was this and anything goes was that. I was stuck on it. And they were like, if you quit, you are so dumb. You have something out here to help people. You better make sure your voice is heard. You fight for everyone else. Now fight for yourself. Guess what, y'all? I decided to fight for myself. And with that, in May of 2022, as we transition, I dropped my first autobiography, my book called The Journey of a Soul Sister. Yeah, you heard me correctly. Yeah, I did it. I sat on it for a while, but I dropped it. And that's just part one. Did I get backlash from this? Of course I did. Because anybody that's black, you already know what happens, right? They say, you cannot speak about stuff that happens in the house. You cannot tell the story. You cannot do any of those things. But the more that we sit there and do not tell our stories, the more that we do not share what happened in the house, that's trauma. I'm sorry, they know I'm recording at the same time live. Hello. Hadn't told everybody. They said they couldn't hear me. So I'm trying to make sure you can hear me. Can y'all hear me now? Lee's about to kill me because he behind the boards. And he ready to like shoot me. Did I have a nip split? No. Okay, cool. So I decided to drop that book. Was I nervous to talk about child molestation? Was I nervous to talk about abuse? Was I nervous to actually air my dirty laundry out from my family? To talk about issues with my mom, right? I'm a child that deals with abandonment issues. I claim a whole nother lady as my mom, and she's not even my biological mom. I also talk about failure as a parent, how I felt like I wasn't good enough, and to even dap into suicide. So, of course, I touched these topics, but at the same time, I still dropped it. And with that, it needed to be talked about because people need to hear your story. And with that, it was therapeutic for me to actually get it out. So when someone tells you to keep your mouth closed, don't do it. That was May. Then July 9th, the book signing came. And when I tell you guys, everything that could have went wrong was going wrong. I had the wrong set of books coming out with errors. I didn't get books in time. They were telling me, oh, you may not even have books the day before my book signing. They were telling me I probably wouldn't. And I was like, oh my God, this is not going to work. This is horrible. I don't know what to do. I was freaking out. But that was nothing but the devil and different things trying to deter me from getting my story out, right? So fine. Boom. We tap in, book sign, and show up. Of course, I'm late. I'm late to everything. Don't kill me. You guys will know this in my life. I was late. So I show up. My books are there. But at the same time, I had really good people in my corner. My sis Wit from up New Jersey. Hey, boo. She was there to decorate. My bro Tone, the one that I do the Tales of Two Scorpios every Thursday on IG Live. He was there to MC and to make sure everything went smoothly for me. My nerves was out of this world. I kept getting caught on who wasn't there and who I thought should be there instead of actually realizing and accepting the people who were there. And that was one of the hardest pills to swallow. I was really upset. I'm very transparent, so I'll be honest. I was disappointed because people that I expected to be there for me, because anybody that knows me, if I can show up for you, I'm going to show up for you. But I had to realize I cannot keep expecting me in everyone else, right? So that's another lesson that I learned in 2022, y'all. And I'm old as hell. That being said, right? You take that in. My book is called The Journey of a Soul Sister. And I can honestly say all my soul sisters that I met up until that point was there. But none of my biological sisters were there. None of my sisters that I claim to be my sister, that you can't tell me that ain't my sister within blood, was not there. So you know how that feels? You feel like that little kid that's father and daughter, they dance, or muffins with dads, or donuts with dads and muffins with moms, and you're the only kid there and your parent isn't there. Imagine that feeling. Imagine that recital. Imagine those thoughts going through your mind. That was me at 34. Yes, 34. Feeling that again, that abandonment issue, that let down. So that let me know that there was more shadow work I had to work on and more things within myself. Boom. That's that. Fast forward. Not only did I drop the book, I said, hey, what other things, how else can I help other people? What else can I do to make things better? While that's running along, I decided to drop a journal for women. And men should read it too and give it to other women. It is called Stop Mismanaging Your Pussy, Sis. And when you first look at the topic, you're like, what? Stop doing that? Yeah, because we do. And I go into reasons why we mismanagement. Not to downplay any of my sisters. Not at all. But I was one of those women who did mismanage it. Hello. Transparent. Once again. I said, oh man, let me let other people to see if I'm the only one out here. Because if I had a me when I was growing up and teaching people what I'm teaching them, then things would be better. But again, that was that in 2022. So then I'm sitting here like, all right, mind you guys, I'm still not recording yet. Still not recording. Juice hits me up and say, hey, yo, you need to record. And I said, what? I'm not recording shit. I said, everything I just been through, it's a lot going on. I'd rather just work behind the scenes. I've always wanted to do that. He says, no, you need to record. He came to my house and he pulled out his roadcaster and he said, I'm going to hit record and you better start talking. And that is exactly what I did in 2022. I felt like a failure. I felt like everything I worked so hard for, when I finally realized my voice and I can step out on faith and just go ahead and do it, it let me down again. People that I entrusted to go on a journey with me and support each other gave me their ass to kiss again. For me investing in other people, I'm saying this cycle keeps repeating in my life. People can never really say what I've done to ever cross them. Only thing they can say is what they never agree, but I can name what they've done to me. Then to also sit there and say this falls back to your lines of relationships and friendships, right? Let's run this down. A friend of mine I've known since I was 9 going on 10, a girl. Her daughter I love like my daughter. Her daughter is my goddaughter. And our relationship has always been rocky. But in 2022, she sent me a nasty message, y'all, and told me I was preying on her child. Those are words you don't use. Yeah, I'm airing it out. This is my wrap up. 2022 ain't been pretty. So I've been smiling on the internet. I've been doing what I'm doing. But when I say I was in a constant battle with people when it was time to let them go, and coming at your neck, everything to make me want to quit or even cry. And I don't even damn cry, y'all, okay? But feel that feeling? Yeah. I was at war. I was at battle. But I knew I was not going to fail and I wasn't going to stop. You said that to me, I had to let her know real quick because I've never talked to her in the tone that I had talked to her at this time. And then I had to make peace with that relationship. And I had to make peace for whatever would happen. But do I still love her? Of course I do. I've known her since I was 9. But will we continue in these next chapters in our life? Will we come back together and to do things? No, because she served her purpose for the time that she served her purpose. I served my purpose for the time I was supposed to. Yeah, 2022 was not built for the weak, honey, okay? You thought COVID was something, but it wasn't. Let's keep it moving. I tap into what I know. I hit up Lee from Digital Impact Studios. He like, just come here and record. Do your thing. Now, I'm big on manifestation. When I first started doing podcasting, I said I want to learn behind the scenes. I want to learn how to engineer. I want to be able to do everything on my own from editing so no one else can tell me I can't. Or if I needed to fill in at any moment, I could. Guess what? Your girl is engineering projects, all right, in 2022. Your girl is really living for herself and no one else. It's exciting. It's a feeling, you guys. Like, my face is lighting up. I'm smiling so hard because You just don't have a clue how long you've lived for everyone else. And when you start living for you and you see all the power, like, you know how you can change somebody else's life, right? And it's like, boom, you can see it. They're moving forward. But when you put that same energy in self, I see why niggas is selfish. I see why they are selfish, right? And I might cry today. So let me tell you this. Someone says, it definitely was not 2022. It was a bitch, but a lesson. That's how it's supposed to do it. Yes, I'm proud of you. And they say, man, what? That's what I'm saying. So I've been on the same path, self-journey path. Preach, you hear me, y'all. Listen, those things right there. So I'm going to tell y'all that. Fine, recording's going good. Then I wasn't consistent. And I like to keep people around me, and I don't believe in circles. This is up to y'all, but this is me. I don't believe in circles because circles can get stretched out and worn out, and it's just, and you can't go no further. But then what parameter of the circle? For me, I believe in keeping people around me that's going to keep me accountable. That's going to help me. So me not being consistent, it's not that I don't have the content. We were looking over my analytics. Yeah, this is 2022. Let me keep this real with you. When I tell you, this guy got in my tail. I did not like the feedback that he gave me. It was very uncomfortable. But he said, listen, you're not consistent. And if you're not going to be consistent, if you're not going to do what you want to do, how are you going to grow? He said, you need to do this and you need to do that. And as I started listening to others around me, because I have not always been the easy to work with now, because I always think that I know what I'm doing. It felt good to hear someone else. It didn't feel good to feel someone else, but when they told me they were right, and then when I realized they were right, it felt good. So self-accountability is a hard thing, and I had to take it, right? That's that. Let's get to this. Now, let's get to where I walk into Digital Impact Studios and everybody opens their arms to me. Everyone's jumping on the team. Hey, Legend, I can help you with this. Hey, Legend, we can do this. I'm jumping on all these different platforms more than I did before. And I'm learning from everyone. Even sitting up here consulting y'all, other people. In 2022, I consult other people and help bring their vision to life. Things that I never even thought. If you'd have asked me 5 years from now, like 5 years ago, 30, at 30, I was a piece of shit. Okay? I'm just coming off of the 20 train, going into the 30 train, and I was a piece of shit. I never would have thought I would have been able to corrupt for the past 2.5, 3 years, the things that I've accomplished when I started putting me first. And I felt bad being selfish. Now I'm going to tap into more personal in 2022. When COVID hit, I still had to return to work before we started working from home. Anybody knows me know I have 4 kids. I'm very transparent. How was I going to do this? A single parent with 4 kids in COVID. And everybody has this same story, even people who are not a single parent. So me and my kids' aunt, we sat down and we worked out a schedule that would work where they would help me with the kids. Now, let me be honest with you guys. I have a son who's about to be 20. I have never not been around my kids. I have never not been a full-time mother, if that makes sense. So for the past 2.5, 3 years, I have felt like the worst mother ever. I felt like I was a piece of shit because of the world's society standards of what a mother really is. I felt bad for putting myself first and not my kids. Yeah, you heard me say it. I felt bad because of that. But then in 2022, it was like, no, you need to kick shit in reality, because if you're not good and you're not happy, and I know people don't like Jada, it's okay. But I love Jada. That's my auntie. Send her this clip. Thank you. It's this. If you are not happy, if you are not right, and you are not inspiring to be yourself and push your goals and to go forward, how in the hell can you push your kids fully if you never even try to attempt to achieve what you need? Our kids see exactly what we're going through. Our kids know our pain. And sometimes our kids are really fucking judgy. Like, really bad. How can we tell them to be something that we ain't? You are supposed to lead by example. And you ain't leading. So then what? How can I tell my son before he went to college to go to college and I never been? I was a high school dropout. Hello. I had a mother. I thought hanging in the streets selling drugs and chasing after a drug dealer was the life. Beating people up and doing that. Yeah, ghetto girl. Southwest Baltimore. It is what it is. But how can I tell my daughters not to be that if I still was living that type of life? How can I tell my sons to respect women when I'm dealing with men who disrespect women? Good question, right? So 2022, I had to change it. I had to go get that degree prior to that, which I have it now. I had to turn around and start chasing my dreams because my kids need to chase their dreams. And I need to show them and tell them no matter what happens in life, no matter which path you take, you can always end up where you want to be on your journey, you guys. So when I tell you that I am 100% honest, transparent, and will share and continue to share my journey with you, I have no reason to lie. Everybody ain't gonna like it, but I don't care. And if I only touch one person with my stories, one person with my journey, if other people come on here and they tell their stories and they tell their journey and they touch another person and touch another and we start healing, then I did my job. Then I did what I was put on this earth to do. My ancestors ain't never leave me out in the cold. They may have taught me a hard lesson, but they ain't leave me out. Let's get even more personal. Yes, because y'all know, transparent. Relationship. Men, you heard me. Men, I'm completely single. I don't have nobody. And I will say 75% of that is my fault. You heard me. 75% of it's my fault. And this is what I'll say. Because I was so busy in grind mode, I wasn't willing to even look past a possibility. When I thought that I was open to have one, some things happened. Check out my episode. It's called, what I say, Clubhouse Triangle. Check that out. Because I was almost open. You hear me? It was. But I didn't. I was single. You know, it just happened. And even if me and him was together, there was things about myself I wasn't willing to compromise. I wasn't willing to even meet him where he was in certain situations because I was about South. 2022 made me realize after maybe 2 to 3 weeks talking to a person, I'm not about to mess with you. I've learned in 2022, I'm not compromising. It is not. I will accept you for who you are. You will accept me for who I am. We will meet in the middle, and then we will learn and grow with each other. Because the same person you've met right now, I may not be the same person tomorrow. It's just that simple when it comes to things like that. What else have I learned in 2022? Woo! Trying my best not to be perceived as a bitch. I have learned that I am very direct. My communication style is really direct. My communication style is like, check this out. It is what it is. But I had to learn how to, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I know we've heard that, and it's really cliche. We've heard it our whole lives. But it's really true. Because the way that you may need to perceive a message for a person, it may not get through. You have to understand. So it's good to ask these questions. So now these questions I ask with people as I'm learning them. Okay, what does respect mean to you? You may hear me say that over because what I may think is respect may not be the same. How would you like for me to speak with you? How can we learn? How can we move forward? It's more of those things. And from there, I know how to communicate with you. But I have someone recently right now is pushing my buttons, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so transparent. It's ridiculous. They really be pushing me because they want me to go there. And I don't want to be that person anymore or open that side. Not even saying don't be that person anymore, right? Because we're still those people. It just depends on the situation that we're in of what side you're gonna get of all of us. That's all it is. And that side, I'd rather RIP it. That side, I'd rather us just let it go. I want to be zen, okay? Like, shoo. That's that. But again, it is a learning lesson for me because as I grow as an individual, as I grow as a woman, as I grow through these businesses, I need to learn how to adapt to these situations to be able to articulate properly and leave emotion out of it and really understand to get the business done. Boom. What else I learned in 2022? I learned that 19 keys is my husband's like, no, that's a joke. And I did not learn that in 2022, you guys. I learned in 2022 that relationships are what you make them. That's what I learned in 2022. It is whatever you are comfortable with and the people that you are with. That is what I've learned. I have also learned in 2022 that it's okay to be authentically you. I've learned that in 2022, you guys. In 2022, I learned that I can't stretch myself so thin. I've learned in 2022 that I need to say no more often and setting healthy boundaries. It is nothing wrong with healthy boundaries and not feel guilty for setting those boundaries. I learned in 2022 that I do not need to sit there and put things off on the back burner, that I need to set dates to things. And the reason why I need to set dates to things is because we can procrastinate. And I tend to do that if I know it is not a rush for me to do that. I've learned in 2022 that I work in a job that I am not happy. I go there and I am completely drained. And at first, I felt like everyone was attacking me. I've been in healthcare for over 10 years. And I love helping people. I swear I do. That's the reason why I got involved. But I'm not happy. And I'm here to say that. And the reason why I'm not happy, because that's not what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. So I am learning and moving into 2023 that 2022 is supposed to serve its purpose to wake up things about myself, to stop settling, and to start moving. Because things get uncomfortable because you're supposed to move. Things happen is because you're supposed to move. You got to move or it's going to get worse. I've learned in 2022 the people that I want to value and the relationships that I want to salvage. Those. And if I've reached out to you, if I've communicated to you, and I felt like we needed to have a sit down and we've talked, in 2023, I'm bringing you with me because these are people that I love. I've learned in 2022 it's okay for me to tell people that I love them and not be afraid of them walking away. I'm getting emotional. I've learned in 2022 that I should cry more often because your soul needs it and you need it as a person. I've learned in 2022 it is not a weakness anymore, but I know I have difficulty doing it. I've learned in 2022 that I need to tell people how I need to be loved and show them so we can be on one accord. I've learned in 22 I'm not the perfect mother at all. And I probably screwed them up some kind of way. But I know that they love me. So when I am doubting myself, I don't need to go out and buy them $1,400 phones or $300 sneakers to prove to them that I am the awesome mom. I just need to be there. And I just need to listen. In 2022, I've learned that I am special. I am someone. I am me. I am the goddess. I've learned in 2022 that I have the power to dictate my own destiny and others. Getting nervous. In 2022, I've learned that 2023, y'all ain't fucking ready for me. I learned in 2022 that 2023, that's my year, baby. It's either you gonna get with it or you gonna get out my way, because I'm coming. And you ain't never seen me like you gonna see me in 2023. And anyway, that's my wrap up. That's it. That's all. What I see podcast going for me is having my own show, even more, hosting, being on your national network, producing other people and bringing people up with me, helping Baltimore be on the map, because we already on the map. But letting people know we're not just known for The Wire. We're not just known for murders or rats. But there's really talented people here. And to heal others. That's my biggest thing, though. Is to heal others and be the me and young girls and boys that I needed when I was their age. So I just want to say thank y'all so much for supporting me, loving me, turning in to the journey of a soul sister. Whenever you feel like you just can't, just know tomorrow you can. Don't stay in that feeling too long, because you are human and it's all right. Things are going to happen. But what you do next dictates your future. How you react will have your outcome. Let it happen. Learn from it. Move on from it. Change it. Because every single day, every single minute, we have the right to make the choice to do something better. And with that, I love you guys. This has been a really quick wrap up for the journey of a soul sister. Thank you so much.